Now, this next story will send a chill up your spine. The internet is an exciting place for children to explore and learn about the world around them. But no parent would want their child exposed to the influence of this man, convicted child molester Geoff Leonard. What he's getting away with on his website and in books held by our public libraries defies belief.
Can you tell us what the point of the website is, Geoffrey? Are you trying to normalise pedophilia? Because that's what it sounds like on the website, Geoffrey. You're trying to make it sound exciting and entice children into believing that it's something that they should want.
He's a predator. He's a convicted pedophile. And this is what he's preaching on the World Wide Web.
Man-boy love is a perfectly natural phenomenon and is potentially a considerable benefit to both sides.
It's absolutely revolting, and what it does is that it incites pedophilia, so it incites people sexually assaulting children.
I think it can be an extremely beautiful and rewarding experience for both parties, and one of the great experiences of life.
I feel absolute fury when I see it, and rage and anger and frustration. I think, how are we going to stop these people from doing this?
Hetty Johnson spends her life trying to protect children from people like Geoff Leonard.
And here we have a person with a long string of letters after his name saying you need to subject yourself to this as a child in order to develop into a proper adult. It's very, very dangerous.
Geoffrey, can't you see that this is dangerous material to be putting on the internet when children can access it so easily?
A child's sexuality has to be encouraged. A child needs encouragement and even perhaps a certain amount of force.
It's just deplorable, and it's an insight into just how dangerous this man is. This notion that now all of a sudden force is okay spreads. It just becomes more and more dangerous.
Am I suggesting brutal rape? Well, no. But what I am suggesting is that adults have a duty to give a very strong lead.
I think it's about the most evil thing you could ever do to children. It's just shocking. It's so criminal.
He's putting it as being plausible and even an attractive option. It just isn't. It's a life-damaging occurrence when you have to suffer from that sort of thing.
These parents know how cunning this provocative pedophile can be. When Geoff Leonard's mother passed away, they offered support and helped him find a job.
He used that money to bribe our boys to go down to his place to get involved with him. What was going to be good, he turned it into evil.
He was dishonest, very dishonest, quite treacherous.
I am an honest man, I've got honest beliefs, and I am true to God.
It's important to understand what Geoff Leonard is capable of. He lured two brothers, 16 and 13, into his home and his hands. He showered them with gifts and money and even sent them love letters which are too sick to read out to you. The same goes for their police statements. They were systematically sexually abused beyond belief.
I have not.
Despite serving a 3-year jail sentence, there's no sign of remorse or rehabilitation.
I'm not sorry for what I did. I'm not contrite. I'm not repentant.
6 months ago, we showed you how Leonard was still haunting his victims, parading past their home every day. We also found his pedophile propaganda in some of Australia's most respected libraries. Now it's his internet site that's upsetting victims, especially those who've discovered their police statements on Geoff Leonard's website.
And it actually encourages me to keep going, doing what I'm doing. It's just so dangerous and so blatant and legal.
On the website, Geoff Leonard, the convicted pedophile, even describes the day he went wandering through this Sydney school. I noticed a fine library with lots and lots of computers, he says. I wonder if they allow access to my webpage.
Every mother and father out there will be devastated to hear that their children ever had access to such a website.
There's no doubt about it. The site should be closed down.
Why don't you take the website down, which is exactly what the father of your victims is calling on you to do.
If this was a website advocating terrorism or how to make bombs, not only would it be shut down, but Leonard would find himself in a federal police jail very, very swiftly. And yet the damage he is inciting is just as damaging, just as dangerous, probably more so. And yet it sits there.
Ben Fordham there. Despite appeals from his victims, Geoffrey Leonard won't remove that offensive material from his website.